Thanks for joining us on another episode of Gist Nigeria, brought to you by the BBC and Channels Television. Here we track stories online in the news and unpack what they mean for everyday Nigerians. I am Wali Fakile. We begin with our first top story. Now, the escalating confrontation between United States, Israel, and Iran is sending ripples across the world, and Nigeria is not immune. In this explainer, Gist Nigeria's Mercy Frank breaks down how a conflict thousands of miles away could quietly but quickly tighten the cost of daily living for millions of Nigerians.
The war between the United States, Israel, and Iran is unfolding thousands of kilometers away, but economic shockwaves could reach Nigerians faster than many people expect. In today's global economy, a crisis in one region can quickly change prices in another. For Nigerians, that impact could show up in the cost of fuel, goods, and travel. Much of the tension centers around a narrow strip of water called the Strait of Hormuz, barely 33 kilometers wide. This narrow waterway between Oman and Iran is one of the world's most important shipping routes. Around 1 in every 5 barrels of oil on Earth passes through here. When there is a war or conflict in any kind, shipping companies become concerned about the safety of their vessels. This concern causes the price of crude oil to increase immediately on the global market, including Nigeria. Here's the paradox. Nigeria is one of the world's biggest oil producers with over 1.7 million barrels per day and the capacity to produce over 2 million barrels. One would think this makes the country immune to global oil shocks coming from over 8,000 kilometers away. It doesn't. Irene David Arinze, an economic analyst, explains, and I quote, "Nigeria cannot operate its oil sector in isolation because, as an OPEC member, our petroleum policies and pricing must align with coordinated international market standards." End of quote. But there is another reason Nigeria feels the shock so quickly. Nigeria currently lacks the refining capacity to convert all its crude into usable petroleum products for its own citizens. Instead, Nigeria sells crude oil at global market prices and then turns around and then buys refined fuel back at inflated prices. So, when Middle East tensions push global oil prices up, Nigeria earns more for its crude but pays far more for its fuel imports. And with the weaker naira, every dollar spent on those imports is even costlier. The result is higher pump prices of all petroleum products, and when fuel costs rise, so does everything else. Transport, food, goods, and services.
Consumers will feel it, businesses will feel it, households will feel it. There's going to be, further shrink into the poverty, worsening case of the poverty premium, very likely. So it's ripple effect of most likely a calm down economic productivity.
For Nigeria's government, prolonged an escalation of this war could be a threat to its goal of consolidating on the economic stability it said it had gained from major reforms since 2023. As the situation develops, Nigerians already dealing with the rising cost of living could be facing another global factor influencing how much they pay to move, trade, and live. A pattern that could linger after the warring countries reach a ceasefire.
Mercy Frank, Gist Nigeria.